Hello, and welcome to the Slack video tutorial for the desktop version. First, you're going to want to search for Slack in your search engine and select the one that correlates to slack.com. Click the Get Started button and then click on the Create a New Workspace button. Enter your work email that you want associated with your Slack account. You will receive a verification email to that email. Copy and paste the code from that into the text box provided. Next, you will be taken to a screen created to create a company or a team. In order to move forward, you have to create your first group. Then this can serve as a hub for any type of information that is shared. Then you'll have to just add any team members that you want to add to that group, and then essentially save your changes, and it'll be taken to the home page. From here, you'll want to just set up your name and your password. This is essentially what anyone that isn't an admin will be doing once they receive an invite to join their workplace or workspace. Okay, now you're able to just explore the interface. So first, we're going to want to create a new channel. To do so, you'll click the plus icon next to channels. You'll have a space provided to enter the name for the new channel, the purpose of that channel, and then invite anyone else that you want to join that channel. This serves as a group chat, but also as a branch-wide information hub or any departmental hub or anything like that. So after I went through that same process 5 times, now you have all of these options on the screen. Next, you can go to the bottom and click Add App. And this is where you will be brought to a selection screen, and I chose Google Drive to be added to that. Click Install, and then you can add that to your Google Drive by signing in. You allow for interactions with Slack, and then you continue to Slack, and you'll be redirected back to the application. This is where this is brought up, and you will want to sign in to the workplace provided by your admin. You'll be asked to open it up in the application again. Then from here, you'll have the whole access to your Google Drive, but you'll also be able to add additional apps. So a good one to add is your Google Calendar for team events. Once you connect that, you will choose which calendar associated with that email you'll want to use, and then for which group or channel you will want to associate it with. You'll want to select when you use reminders or how often. You want to select your calendar updates, and you want to save the integration. Now, it's important to note that this application won't actually show up in the Applications tab, but it is connected and it will notify you when changes are made. The last application that I will show here is Slack Foundry. This is important because it is essentially a walkthrough tutorial on all the different important functionalities of Slack. So once you've installed it, you will scroll down to the bottom, and you'll click Launch Slack Foundry. Once again, you'll be redirected back to the application itself. And then at the bottom, you can click the drop-down menu and you can select which tutorial you want to watch. You can change that as many times as you want, and you can watch it as many times as you want. As you can see, there are 3 different tutorials, and it's very useful and very helpful to just get a nice little onboarding process started with that. So in order to actually update your your Slack groups with your calendar. You have to go to your Google Calendar. You'll add an event, and then it'll notify you in a couple minutes of the addition of that event. On mine, it won't, because I selected an event during a time period that has already started, so it won't actually notify. But it will, in the actual group that is associated with it, it'll show up that an event has been created. But here, I had to sign in with my other account, and this is what it'll look like for anyone that is receiving an invite to join Slack. You only need to put in your name and your password. So once it has been joined, simply go to your direct messages. You can message with the person that was trying to message you previously, and you can see there are different icons there, so you can see how it is separated by name and by icon. So at a glance, you can tell who's messaging who. That can also be customized. You can message with Slackbot, which is essentially the help function. And as previously mentioned, that Google Calendar update is now inside the internal chat or channel. Now we're going to look into what it looks like to set a do not disturb function on your channel. You're going to click on your profile, and then you go to preferences, then you click on notifications, and you scroll down to do not disturb. You make sure that the automatically disable notifications from box is checked, and then you set your time range. For me, I had it at 5:30 to 8 a.m., but say a part-time employee needs to go from 3:30 to 9 a.m., then you can change that. So now we're going to look into the command function. Command function will pretty much make your life much easier. So I'm going to use a remind function, because that will essentially allow you to make for reminding other employees or other coworkers or anything like that of events coming up. So I just used it to notify my other account to set a meeting or an event in my calendar. So it's very useful. But thank you for watching, and if you have any other further questions, don't hesitate to reach out.